Girl Jessie Milani. I just had some sound issues. We're gonna try this again. But anyways, I want to talk about life in 2024, and there's so much that I want to get off of my chest, and especially about the post-pandemic effects, because the pandemic has really changed our lives between our self-image, our relationships with ourselves, how we love ourselves and embrace the way we look. Especially a lot of us women have gone through body changes, and seeing old pictures can be triggering. Many of us are very isolated and have gone through a lot with family, surprisingly, between friends and, losing friendships, gaining friendships, and also the state of the world right now. The state of the world is really sad and devastating. And the economy in the US, like, you gotta have more than one stream of income. There's gotta be some money moves happening, and that's why it is so important to have that relationship with yourself, to find your purpose and to get out into the world and make something of yourself instead of making somebody else rich, making yourself some money. Because if we're being honest, it takes money to do anything, to leave the house in the state of the world. I don't care how much you make, like, I live a very privileged life. However, I can definitely see how everything is way more expensive than it's ever been before. And yeah, I want to talk about, just the opportunities right now with social media, getting back to self-love, and how all of these pandemic effects have been taking a toll on us. So if you're joining right now, can you let me know if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Because I just filmed this for 30 minutes and somebody told me that the sound was off. So I will let somebody let me know, but I'm gonna continue anyways because I hope that they can. Somebody's probably not watching anyways, and they're just listening. So I'm going to take that as a sign to continue. So my last video, I talked about how old pictures of myself are triggering, and a lot of women came forward and said that they can relate and they feel the same, because never before have we ever had this access on our phone all the time. Your phone is like, hey, look at this picture of you from 2019. Look at how skinny you were. And then you're just like, I'm triggered. And for me, I've had so many body changes. My weight has always, fluctuated over time. I've, had my boobs done, and that's just all added to like how I feel about myself. And it can be difficult and tricky to navigate, especially when we are not implementing self-love practices into our days daily. It's so important to do those affirmations in front of the mirror, to think well of ourselves. But as easy as it can sound and as easy as it can seem, can you let me know if you can hear me, guys, please? Can you hear me? You can comment. Okay, yay, thank you, thank you for letting me know. Amazing. So as easy as people make this, and thank you for being here, guys. As easy as people have made this self-love journey seem, like, what about when we're not there? I feel like everybody's making everything seem easy. Social media is easy. Do it. Oh, do this there's this money opportunity. That's easy. Become an entrepreneur. Do all this stuff. And I just think we need to recognize more that sometimes when we're down and we're in that place, like, can we talk about being in that space more? I know a lot of the times, people, like, for example, with my mom, sometimes I have to tell her, like, look, I know you're very solution based, you're my mommy and you want to help me, but sometimes you just want an ear, you just want to vent, you just want to feel how you feel and kind of sit in that. And it's not always easy to just pick yourself up and, yeah, I love it, I love and accept myself, I embrace myself, and it takes time to get to that place, and it takes you being so tired of your same cycles of wanting but not doing, of trying but not being consistent, of trying but not maintaining. And That's why self-love is not a destination. It is a journey, honey. I had since 2017, I've had my spiritual awakening where I awakened to the power of the mind and how we can change our life and how we create our life in creation with God, whatever you believe in. And I also started my self-love journey there, and I really saw how changing the way that we talk to ourselves really does change your body. Neuroscience backs that up. Joe Dispenza's work, who I talk about often, he backs that up as well. Our neurotransmitters, our neurons, has the power to rewire our brains to the point where it can change our genetics. It can change the way that we actually physically look. It could change the way your hair is, growing. Because if you believe, like, for example, this girl, All Alexis, she's here on YouTube, absolutely adore her. She talked about how she had this limiting belief that her hair doesn't grow long. That the people in her family don't have this beautiful curly long hair like other girls do. And so because that was her limiting belief, that's exactly what was true of her life for her hair. And not until she got rid of that belief, now you go see her, she's got long, luscious, curly hair. And it's the same way that I've kind of like realized this the other day, I don't want anybody to feel triggered. If talking about weight and body image is triggering, then this conversation may not be for you. Take the time to decide that. I believe that with self-love and body positivity, my platform has been all about that, or at least it really was heavily about that when I first started taking it seriously. And my belief is always that it's your body, your choice. Like, body positivity, self-love, it means loving yourself so much that you don't look at another woman and judge the way she wants to look. If a woman wants to be thick, she wants to have this type of body shape, that's her. But if a woman wants to be skinny and, have this type of, characteristics about her body, then that's her as well. And so for me, when I'm talking about like my face and my body and how, I've gained weight, I've put on weight, and I'm not happy about that, that is about me and me only. I don't look at another woman and I think anything of her and her body and think she needs to do anything. This is about my relationship with myself. And this is a long-winded way of saying that I realized, oh, is that a shadow? Anyways, is that I realized that when we are constantly thinking and telling ourselves these negative thoughts and pointing out the things that we're unhappy with in our physicality constantly, it ends up manifesting more. And so I've been looking at like my face, and I'm like, my face has never been, full like this. I'm looking at the shape of my body. I'm like, my body has never looked like this. It's interesting how we can be, and I'm not going to go on and on about self-love so much because there's other things that I want to talk about. But we can be like 200 pounds and look once like my 200 pounds, right, girlies? Johnson said, I agree. Like, I hope I'm saying your name right. I should know how to say your name by now. And like my 200 pounds in 2017 is a completely different 200 pounds than I am right now. Like, those two body types look way different. And again, like, that's just like so triggering. And I really feel like, and even my face, like my face, I looked way more chiseled back then. Like, I just posted a picture of me in my first booking as a sign model in 2019, and my face was like, and I feel, taking long to finally say it, guys, I feel that me constantly comparing this current version of me to this old version of me has been only keeping my face like this, and has only been making my face like, have like acne and be fuller and be inflamed. And I think that like when our faces and our bodies are changing, it also stems from this constant programming and telling our body what to do. Like, if like, because your mind is your power. Anything that we tell our mind is what manifests. Our beliefs are always looking to be confirmed, right? So if you think, oh, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, then you're gonna be looking for ways to like confirm that. You say, oh yeah, you see, look at that picture, you see, I don't look good, I hate that. And so how do we get to, and I'm gonna look at your chat in a second, I saw you message me. How do we get to like loving ourselves again? How do we get back to like feeling good? Because this is the first topic of what I want to say, because it is the foundation for everything. If we don't like and love ourselves, how can we like and love others? How can we like and love what we do? How can we feel fulfilled in our lives and in anything? That relationship with yourself is what creates the life of the dreams that you want to have. And one really big practice that I feel like, if there is one thing you do this, is to stand in the mirror, butt wooden naked, okay? And to, whether you, it's like before you go in the shower or after you shower, when you got all your lotions and your oils and your perfumes on, and speak, and you could be clothed, and speak to yourself from head to toe. Call it everything. Like, I love my hair. My hair is so unique. My hair makes me feel like X, Y, and Z. I love, my forehead, my eyebrows, they're so full. I love my skin. I love my eyes. I'm so grateful that I have the ability to see. Like, we take for granted all of these things, y'all. Like, we take for granted our bodies and having arms. Like, okay, yeah, girl, your arms are, a little bit more round around the edges than they were ever before, but you have two arms. Have y'all seen the makeup artists, like the amputees who do their makeup with there's one woman, she does it with her feet, beats her face, looks like mine. Another person, I don't know their pronouns, but they put their makeup, like, have it, like, has it on a table and is doing the beauty blender, no hands. And it's like, not, we can't take for granted these parts of us that only we magnify and focus on, that nobody else sees, and like only appreciate it when we don't have that anymore. You know what I mean? Let me look at the chat. Oopsies. Yes, you are, LOL. And yes, I would. Okay, I'm saying your name right. I was athletic and I'm not so much now, but I'm still the same weight, Janta. And yep, that's the normalcy of growing up. Manifesting can help create change and take that action. Exactly. Exactly. Like, yeah, you too can relate to being one size at one weight, or being a different size at the same weight than you are right now. It's so interesting, and it's because muscle weighs more than fat too, so sometimes we have more muscle than fat, and vice versa, whatever. But yes, practicing those affirmations, affirming yourself, and speaking well to yourself is what ultimately changes our body, is what changes our physique, is what makes us look in the mirror and feel happy for what we see, because we can find the beauty and the love and the acceptance in it somewhere, like, there is something to accept about us. Like, even if you can't say, because you don't have to like look in the mirror and like say that you love and accept these things if you don't, but at least affirm to yourself that you are on the path to, that you are working towards it. And when you practice that every day and you keep on showing up, you will see that you'll start to believe what you'll say. You'll start to be like, no, I can't accept this. And when I accepted my body, when I was the heaviest I ever was, I was the most confident I ever was. And that's because I was doing the inner work. And that is literally when I landed like 3 meetings with 3 of the top agencies in the US, and one in London. And it literally births opportunity, especially us as women, and that is our feminine energy, is feeling good in our body, being in our body, and getting out of our head, being in our body, loving our body instead of trying to escape it because we're not happy with it. That is where we create. We create with this, our bodies, y'all. And that leads me into the next thing about being, the next topic is like isolation and the post-pandemic effects of a lot of us just spending a lot of time at home, being isolated. Many people don't have community. Many people don't have friends. A lot of people have gone through very unexpected and surprising things with family. I definitely have, and I don't want to go into detail about, those things right now. I think that's something I will talk about, but it was what I've experienced with my family was very devastating and hurtful, and has only contributed more to like my isolation era. And the pandemic, for some reason, it surfaced so much for a lot of us with friendships, and realizing like, oh, these friends are not for me. Why am I holding on to them? Or I'm not in alignment with them anymore. and then, you know, family stuff happening, and then just under like recognizing the cultural and hierarchical like beliefs and systems that are just so integrated into like the family dynamics, and how like toxic it is, and how unhealthy it is, and how not okay it is. And you know, being like somebody like me, I'd say I'll just say like me, and you know, some of my family members are like the black sheep of the family. And all of these things can also, like going through things with friends, and also like, you know, I broke up with or and stopped talking to, you know, my ex-boyfriend, and we were very on and off, and going through like so many things like body image, and then relationship struggles with, you know, like an ex, with family, friends, can all contribute to how we, you know, like our relationship with ourselves, and maybe even emotional eating. You know, like I think when we go through things, sometimes like the holistic reason for weight gain is protection. Like it is, we put on weight to protect ourselves, because think about it, like when you're trying to like carry glass and transport a cup of glass, like a glass cup, what do? Do you just throw it in a bag? No, you protect it, you put more stuff in around it, you put things around it to protect it from breaking, from getting hurt. And we do that with our body as well, with our heart, you know, with our bodies. And we add on weight as a layer of don't hurt me, this is my shield. And when we do, again, the inner work and get deep with that, is when we can really recognize why we're doing this and what our beliefs are around these things. Because yes, we go through, you know, some very unfortunate situations in our relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean your relationship with your partner, like the men, somebody that you're seeing, your family, friends. And what was I gonna say? Like these things can be really devastating. And oh, it's important to not think that everybody is just like this, you know, because sometimes we go through these things, and then we feel like, oh, everybody's like this, I gotta put a wall up, I gotta protect myself. Like, yeah, you see, like, no, there are beautiful people out in this world. There are partners waiting to give you the world. There are friends that are waiting to pour into you just as much as you pour into others. There is a chosen family out there that will love you and respect you and support you unconditionally and not conditionally, not to their terms and their standards. And so like the inner work is important, because all the weight gain, the struggles in our relationships, which is a very relatable thing amongst everybody in the world that we all kind of go through, our body image at least, not even weight gain, weight loss too. It all stems from these beliefs that we have that are in our subconscious mind. And whatever it is that we firmly believe, we are always looking for it to be confirmed. So if you think like, for example, the next subtopic is like about, you know, money moves and stuff, finding your purpose. Like if you think money is the root of all evil and money is bad, then how is money gonna find you? How is money gonna want to be around you? You know, then like you wonder, well, why are my financial circumstances like this? Well, because at the root of your financial circumstances is a limiting belief of this. Oh, why are my friendships like so unfulfilling? Why are my friendships, you know, just they do me wrong? Why do men always cheat on me? Well, because at the base, at the root of your subconscious is this limited belief that men are unfaithful, that people don't get you don't I don't get back what I give out. You know, I always get the short end of the stick. And yeah, the inner work, y'all. The inner work is the answer. Like if you take that one thing from the self-love tip, my next tip would be is having a journal and writing, like doing like some prompts of, and I like to be really organized and section things off. So I would do like, you know, relationships with friendships, and then I would do family, and then I would do, you know, relationships with men. And and on each page I would section them off like that, and then I would write what my belief is about that. Like I said, in under the relationship with men, you'd put men are cheaters. Under the thing with friends, you know, friends, you know, they don't put in as much effort. It's very, you know, one-sided. And on the next page, you can get a little bit deeper to that, or under it you can get deeper into it, like where does this come from? And then you realize, oh well, when I was going through that with, this friend, she really made me believe that, I kind of just believe this about a friend, that, like for example, let's say that you had a friend go to your house, and I'm not saying that this happened to me, but let's say you had a friend go to your house and you saw her reading through your journal, and then you're like, whoa, like now you think that, oh, I can't trust people, oh, I can't have, people like be in my house like that, because you got to be careful. Like, it's just that it was just that person that did that, it's not. Anyways, I hope I'm not like going in a little bit too much. I'm talking like taking 10 minutes on each topic, but whatever. And on the page after that, I would turn that into a love statement. So taking a limiting belief and going from faith to love, and saying, no, like, like there are people waiting to pour into me. There are people that are givers just as much as me. There are friends that give more than me. There are men that are waiting to be faithful to somebody like me. There are men that see the value in me from the jump, from the get-go. There's family, and a chosen family, that will, love me and see my beauty and in me, and will sit and have hard conversations. There's people that are willing to have hard conversations and to work through them, to have healthy communication and get through it, because that exists. Not until you step outside of your bubble and your little world. Like this girl said that she was so shocked because she walked in, like her friend and her had plans, and then she left her, or her friend told her, like, hold on, just give us a few minutes, can you come back in a little bit, because we're gonna have a sit down talk about what just happened. And she was like, whoa, families sit down and have conversations and talk things out? It's like, yeah. So when we think so limited, we make our world so small. And when we think a little bit bigger and envision and really sit with and envision what it is that we want, then we're able to open ourselves up and open our vortex up to experience these better experiences that are going to add value to our life, that are not going to subtract from it, that are going to make us feel good and elevate us as well. So that's another takeaway. Let's talk about like getting to our purpose. And like again, like let's talk about money, getting to our purpose, the amount of money moves right now. So with everything that's going on in the world and how devastating it is, and how the cost of living, like even it doesn't matter how much money you make, you're still paying more for things than you ever have before. Everything costs money. And so instead of complaining about how you might not have the money to do these things, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't afford this, like instead of chiming in and sitting in with these conversations, while they are very important to acknowledge and to speak about, and to like hold space for anybody that needs to vent about anything that they may be going through because of this, especially with the amount of people being laid off, the amount of people that are awakening to absolutely hating the 9-to-5 system, and waking up to capitalism and its major impact on all of our lives. It's calling a lot of us to go inward and find our passion, find our purpose. What is going to make you feel happy and excited and fulfilled to wake up and do? Is it working for somebody else? Is it, and sometimes it can be. Sometimes there's just certain positions that you're not trying to like own your own business and run that position, but you're happy in making bank, working for someone else. But I will say, like, a lot of people have been brainwashed into thinking that having a 9-to-5 and having a degree is this sort of like security, and it's not. Have y'all not seen how about all the people who got their degrees, went to school, got these big jobs, and they've been laid off? Thousands of people have been laid off. Thousands of people are trying to find jobs and opportunity and applying, and they can't get hired. I do think that is a bit of a limiting belief, because not everybody's experiences are your experiences, even if you guys have gone through similar experiences. However, like there's a time and place to kind of tell people, like, say that to somebody. And I want to be considerate of anybody that may be experiencing something like that. But there I think about the story, like my mom tells me this all the time, how there was this boss and he had an employee. The boss just got a new car, the employee sees it, he's like, hey boss, like that's a really cool car, and the boss is like, you keep working harder next year and I'll get another one. You keep working harder and I'll get another one of those by next year. It's like, you gonna keep on making somebody else rich, or are you gonna make yourself rich? Y'all, there are so many opportunities right now. I've been talking a lot about social media money moves on my Instagram stories, and there is drop shipping, for example. TikTok shop is really big right now. It's the biggest opportunity in drop shipping ever since Amazon launched its drop shipping opportunities. Like I want to say it's 17 years ago, but that could be very wrong. Let's just call it somewhere around 10 years ago. And a lot of people are making bank off of that. This girl just made $4 million in 3 months off of making this journal that I have. It's called the Shadow Work Journal, which was up and down everybody's timeline for months because they were marketing the heck out of it. And she's made success. There's people making, doing the TikTok shop affiliate program where you are a creator and you, like, for example, I got these headphones, these super cute headphones. I wear them. I could be sitting down and post this on TikTok. TikTok shop will have a small orange link right here, and it will be the headphones. And I can mention, like, if you want to get these headphones, there's a link right here. You get a percentage of that. There's this kid, he's making $100,000 a month off of it, and he has less than 50,000 followers. Following doesn't matter. Aesthetic doesn't matter. All that matters is you educate yourself into and awaken yourself to these opportunities. So like I said, there's drop shipping for TikTok shop. Definitely look into that. You don't have to have an LLC, at least. I hope that didn't mess up my sound. Can you guys still hear me? I just had an alarm. Shit. I hope that, and then I didn't stop it either, so then it's gonna go off. But anyways, before I go a little bit more into that, let me check the comments. Amen. Jonta says, I have been trying to figure out how to content create and all that. I want to just see what's going on, what's going to happen. Can you still hear me, love? Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Girl, you just gotta, honestly, you just gotta do it. You just gotta start, but I'll talk about that more in two shakes. But yeah, there's the drop shipping opportunities, and there's faceless content. If you don't want to show your face, if you're a little bit, more like private, or you just are not somebody to be on camera. There's this kid who my friend Sage just told me that he cleans his house and he does his skincare. And guess how much money he makes annually off of social media doing those things? $700,000 to $800,000 a year. So there's also digital products where people are taking anything that they know, anything that they have a lot of knowledge and background in, and they're selling it in these digital products. There's ebooks, there's downloadables, there's courses. I'm actually working on my own digital products, and I'm going to be helping girls learn how to become models and giving all of my 7 years worth of experience and advice from my success, and helping other women, with this information. And so if you're interested, please do let me know in the comment section, and or send me a DM on Instagram, because I'd love to help you. With TikTok shop, going back to that, like drop shipping, and then also like Amazon still has drop shipping, but TikTok shop is something that is so fresh and so new, and that the market is small, and that's why there's just so much opportunity there for anybody that wants to, like at least try a different stream of income. But like you could make anything, but stuff can sell from like $2 to, let's say, like $400. Like, for example, a walking pad. You could buy like a walking pad on there for like $200, $150 to $400. There's this hair curl, and then there's all of these different websites. I mean, this is a whole nother video that I can really talk about to help you. But I just say this to say that there are these different avenues between being a content creator, doing drop shipping, doing digital products, doing faceless content, that will literally make you money, make you a millionaire, make you a thousandaire, whatever it is that you want to be. And it all just comes from how much you believe in yourself and how capable you are. There are people from all walks of life, from all ages, all types of stories and circumstances that went from this to this, and your mindset is everything. Back to like the limiting beliefs. Why would you think that you are not capable of being somebody that has the success in doing something like any of those things? People are making $100,000 in a day, in a week, in a month, in a few weeks, in a year, just from these different avenues. And it is all depending on you and how much work you put into it, how consistent you are, how you're constantly refining and elevating yourself in that field of whatever it is that you're pursuing. But you got to start somewhere, like start now, don't wait, don't be in analysis paralysis and be thinking that oh my God, I have to like, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. People make it seem like it is very easy to do all of these things, and it's not. It takes time. Even if you use the help of AI in, let's say, digital products, or if you use AI in your content creation process, there is still a lot of work to it. And so spend your time doing your research, but know when to stop, know when to put action into, combine action and manifestation, together. Yes, girl, analysis paralysis, Janta. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you so much for being here, girl. You're so sweet. You're such a real one. This is my first official YouTube live, and I was very nervous. I can't believe that that last video crashed, but it's 1 billion people in this world. You can definitely do anything. Exactly, girl. You get it. Exactly. And don't ever let nobody make you think that anything is saturated. Nothing is saturated and nothing is competitive. You are your only competition. Nothing is oversaturated. I don't care who, like yes, companies are in competition with each other, but that doesn't matter. Everybody gets their bag at the end of the day because they are showing up. And I will definitely follow people who are doing what it is that you want to do. The people that you see are loving themselves, the people that have the relationships with the man that you want to be with, having the family that you want. Your timeline, your social media needs to reflect the life that you want to have. Your social media needs to say this is something along the lines of my future. You're not trying to be somebody, but you can be inspired by them. And it's all it all just comes back down to our talents and our passions. But when we're in these isolation periods and we don't have community, we don't have, for me, I live out here in California. I do have anyways, I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't know who gonna be watching this child. But you sometimes these periods of getting back to yourself, finding your purpose, getting in your bag for whatever money moves you're trying to make, because you just see the state of your financial situation and you just I gotta make shit shake. These sometimes puts us in these isolation periods where we're just focused. We got tunnel vision. Right now I'm in my isolation period where I'm just focused on getting my stuff out there. I'm a whole entrepreneur now. That is so exciting. I never would have thought that I would be an entrepreneur in this way. But it's also good to know when to get out of that isolation period and when to surround yourself with community, with friends, with people that love you, because a lot of the times our inspiration sparks from being around others and having beautiful conversations and connecting with people and realizing oh, I really like to talk about this. I actually am really passionate about speaking about this, and maybe this is something that I can talk about. For me, I have so many topics that I want to share, and I will say it's been kind of difficult trying to balance between my modeling career and my my business that I'm making. And I was educating myself a lot on dropshipping. I know a lot on dropshipping. I thought that was something that I was going to be doing. I can make something to help anybody that wants to learn about dropshipping. Just let me know in the comments and I got you. I could also help you about digital products once I launch mine and see how that works, what I learned, what mistakes I made, what things I did that worked really well, blah blah blah. And it's like like things are not as like things are just so different in the world, y'all. And don't mind me like choking on my words a little bit, because this is usually when I'm able to like crop and cut, you know, in post, but now this is just gonna be going up really raw. um there's this pressure to, you know, it's like have your journey with yourself, you know, have your relationship with yourself, get up, meditate, do those affirmations. But also, you know, like you gotta go work your real job, you know, the job that is currently making you the most of your income. But also, you don't want to work for somebody, you know, you want to work for yourself, make money moves, be an entrepreneur. Oh, social media's got all this opportunity right now. Get on social media, start making that content, you know, just make content. Oh, there's drop shipping, there's digital products, you know, get into that while it's hot. There's AI, use that to your advantage. Oh, don't forget about your friends. Have friends. You're young. Go out there, live your life, have friends. Make time for your family, make time for your loved ones. Date yourself. You're young. Go date, you know, go date. Ugh, sorry, that's my alarm again, and I accidentally pressed snooze and not stop. Can you let me know if you can still hear me, Donta, please? Thank you. um, and like date yourself, you know, like, you know, go on dates. There's just so much. Like, don't be on your phone too much, you know, don't doom scroll, you know, live life, be present. And it's like, damn, you know, like how can we do it all, you know? And the truth is, we want to know it all. Exactly, Donta. Like, the truth is, y'all, we can't do it all. We have to find the beauty of balance somewhere, and we have to know that we have seasons. The earth has seasons. Our women's bodies have seasons. You know, we operate on a 28-day cycle. We have 4 cycle phases. I'm not sure if you know that. And so we also have like seasons for our minds, our brain. Thank you. For our spirit, our soul. Like, you know, sometimes winter, like, it's hibernation season. It's kind of when, you know, you're going inward, maybe spending more time with your family. It's the holidays, and then spring approaches, and it's like, ooh, you know, it's time to get that summer body ready. Summer comes, you already know. But also, like, sometimes we're not always in sync with the world, like with the earth's seasons. And maybe you're having an isolation season in spring, in summer, when everybody's, you know, out doing other things, but you're trying to beat yourself to the next year. You're trying to be 6 months ahead. You're in fall and you're already in your isolation period. You're trying to be 3 months ahead of the year that's about to come. And we can't do everything all at once, you know, like, we can't, you know, be the partner, be the friend, be there for ourselves, and, you know, do the inner work, be a business person all in one day, all in one week, all in one month. And so that's why for me, I like to separate and go about my year quarterly. I like to look at, and this is just something that I tried last year, but I'm really implementing this year, is if we know that there's 12 months in a year and there's 4 quarters in a year, and within one quarter is 3 months. That's a very beautiful amount of time to focus on to certain different like things that, you know, we've talked about. Maybe one quarter it's a little bit, I mean, we're going to always be, you know, loving ourselves and making time for those that matter to us, and making our money moves and stuff. But it's also like we maybe certain quarters we're a little bit more focused on parts of those aspects than others. So maybe there's a little bit more emphasis on self-love during a specific quarter for you, whichever works for you. And maybe there's another quarter that, like, for me, for example, like, this quarter is really all about like setting up myself in my business, my, you know, new stream of passive income, and getting that together. So I'm a little bit more isolated. But I know that in another period, in another quarter this year, it's going to be more on connecting and community and surrounding myself with like-minded people, new friends, you know. So I definitely say also take that advice as well, to find that rhythm in your approach to life and this new life that you want to have, and to remember to, you know, do the inner work, like reconnect with the old version of yourself, find who she is again. But how is she different now? You're not the same you that you were a year ago, 2 years. And I think sometimes we get disconnected with that version of us, and it can feel a little bit like, you know, you like something doesn't feel right, something is kind of off in your spirit. but that's where the reinventing of you becomes. You cannot do all of this and change your life and, start these businesses, make this money, love yourself, and have these friends and relationships that you want that will literally make your life feel so fulfilling, unless you change your identity, unless you change your mindset around like who you are. Because the you that you are right now, whatever it is that you are doing, you're doing. Whatever it is that you're not doing it because the version of you that you are right now doesn't do those things. She is comfortable. She is fine with how things are going. Like, we like be find you want to fear you want to fear comfort over discomfort. You want to, so that means like you want to be uncomfortable, because it is in discomfort and uncomfortableness that change takes place into our life, because it's something we've never done before. It's something that's new to us. Like, if you want to pursue a creating a business and you've never done that before, is that going to be comfortable? No. Is not doing that going to be comfortable? Yes. So which one do you want to do, the comfortable version or the uncomfortable version? Pursuing those goals, getting after those goals are going to be uncomfortable, but not is going to be comfortable. Recognize how your own limitations are convenient for you, are, like, make things really easy for you. Like, if you're not, you want to, be doing content, and you want to be making more money, you want to have, the love of your life, whatever, but you're not doing the work, like, that's hella comfortable. You get to, like, just have fun. But I will suggest that you watch my video about it. What is it? It's titled how you can actually like change your life. I know I probably have 3 videos on that, but I'm in a gray tank top, and I will link that in the description box at the end of this video. And I'm getting ready to wrap up this chat soon. I've been talking for like 40 minutes, but it takes establishing like routine and getting up a certain time, going to bed by a certain time in order to feel rested to pursue those goals, to show up for yourself, to have time for the people that you have in your life. Because when you're just going through life sporadically, if I feel like it, I will, then that is not going to create any sort of consistency. You want to be consistent in all of these different aspects that we've talked about, because without the consistency, you're not going to be able to reflect on, what's working, what's not, in your growth. When you show up to something consistently and you forget the numbers, you forget what people think of you, forget what the numbers are like, and you just show up because it's going to feel good to show up, and it's going to feel good in a year when you look back and see the growth, because you will see the growth if you do something consecutively for a year consistently. Like, it's gonna feel so good. So I think, that was pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. And honestly, it's like, things, my perspective on things is like, even though I recorded this and there was no audio, and that really sucked, and I talked for 27 minutes, and I had also tried before that and just felt like a little bit awkward and like kind of shy, and like nervous that I was gonna like mess up. This third try really and truly was the best way I could have articulated everything on this paper. Like, this felt really divine. This felt said with purpose and connection and like conviction. So things always have a way of working out. So I could have like looked at that as damn, like, shame on me for not doing a sound check, blah blah blah, having somebody come in and check. But like, things happen in such divine order. You're always being guided, you're always being protected. Things always work out for you. Whatever happens, something holds you up with time, you're being protected always, and redirected. So find your way back to yourself. Find what's gonna make you love yourself, what self-care practice that is going to be. If those old pictures of you are triggering, and like, and if you're not happy, do something about it. Like, I know for me, like, I gotta get in the gym and work out, but this quarter is not so much about working out and working hard. in the gym. I got my walking pad. I'm working on my projects. I can work and walk simultaneously because of my walking pad. If you don't know what that is, it's a treadmill, but without like the arms. It's literally just the sorry, this alarm keeps on going off. Anyways, and yeah, like I know like I'm going to be committed to that journey right now, but I can't do it all. And so I'm just being like giving myself grace, being at ease. I know that I'm going to get there. I am envisioning myself with the body that I want, and I'm trying every day to like tell myself these nice things about, my body and accepting it and just moving forward with, the relationships part is just having like being intentional about the friends that you want. Like write down what the friends that you like the write down about the friends that you want, what they're like, where you found them, and spend time in those places to find them if you feel that you're ready to make new friends. And or maybe you need to like nurture old friends. Maybe you've been kind of blowing off somebody that is really good for you, and make time for them. Um, and then with your money moves, remember to know when to stop the analysis paralysis and to take action and show up for yourself and really think like, do it for the you a year from now. Because everything that you're doing from now moving forward is setting up who you will be a year from now. You're going to look back and recognize that all of those decisions I made, all of those actions that I took are going to be a result of where I will be, where I am a year from now. Hey, Susan. Hey, guys. So I know I'm getting ready to wrap up, Susan, but what's cool is that you'll be able to watch this video after I post it. So I love you too. It's going to be uncomfortable because we're not used to it. Exactly, Janta. Gotta get uncomfortable. Remember, your thoughts create your choices. Your choices create your behaviors. Your behaviors create your experiences, and your experiences create your life. So if there's one thing that you take away from this conversation, it's to be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of what you think, because that is a domino effect that trickles into each one of those different things, your choices, your behaviors, your habits, which is ultimately what creates you to show up the way that you show up in your life. But you will not be able to have the life of your dreams and manifest the outcomes that you desire until you change your identity, until you no longer identify with the version of you that you are right now. Because the version of you that you are right now that wants these things does not show up for herself in the way that the future you who does have those things shows up. And that doesn't make you less of a person, of a woman. That just means you may be in a survival mode. You may just be comfortable with what you've worked for. Like, because for example, for me, I was not living in a beautiful home like this was not, I never had my own home, until I moved to LA. I was not a professional model. I was not making the money that I make. I was not living on my own. I was not driving, my beautiful Range Rover. I was not able to like have the life that I have. But because because I worked from point A, the me who wasn't this me, to becoming the me I am now, and I put in all that work, I want y'all to recognize that we get comfortable. So you can, so like I'm saying, oh, I love you girlies. I see in the comments, thank you. You guys are like, speak, preach. Yes, so true. I love y'all so much. Thank you, Susan and Janta. I see you girlies on my first YouTube live. But like when you, even though like we're thinking about this you that you want to be next, okay? That doesn't mean she is not going to get comfortable at a point too. That doesn't mean she is not going to be chilling with all her money and loving all her relationships and being real cool and chummy with her lifestyle. That doesn't mean that she is not going to be in a space of comfort. This journey, y'all, is a journey of constant evolution. This journey is constantly having that introspection within yourself, recognizing, oh, I'm comfortable again. Oh, time to be uncomfortable. Like I've been saying, I'm creating my new dream life. I already created my dream life the first time. I'm living that. But now I'm creating my new dream life. And that is hella uncomfortable, y'all. I'm having to like love and accept myself. And that shit has been so hard, so hard to like see the way my body has been changing. Like, and I'm like, I'm only gonna be 27 like this year in April, but I'm also like, I'm getting older, you know, like I'm seeing my body change. Like I'm becoming a woman. I'm seeing my body, you know, change as a woman, as a grown woman. Like I am approaching my 30s, let's be real. And although it's not like, oh my God, I'm getting old, like I don't believe in like that type of self-talk, because I think getting older is beautiful. I am excited to be in my 30s one day in the next 3+ years. But that self-acceptance and that self-love, it is a constant journey because our bodies are constantly changing unless we are working hella hard to maintain it. And me, I played sports as a kid, but after them sports and, you know, I did dance, like I always was dancing as a little girl, like after that it was on me to show up, you know. Right, let me see what you girlies are saying. It's kind of tricky to like figure out how to, yeah, exactly, constant evolution, very true. Amen to being intentional on the friends that you want. Yes, I'm 29. Yes, Susan, I love that. I love that, you know, we're close in age like that. And so you're probably right in, you know, alignment and feeling similar with everything that I'm talking about. But yeah, nothing is a destination. No matter like how big of the girl that you dream of being up here is, like she has to evolve at some point too, and then you will have a new idea of that version of her because you're going to have embodied her by then. And it's so important, y'all, to not be on an inner journey, because there are, you know how many people are out here, you know, like, and I don't know if anybody can relate, you know, that's watching this now or watching this when it's posted, but a lot of people are not on a journey of self. And when I say a journey of self, I mean being self-aware, having a journal, you know, meditating, having time to really think and reflect on your behaviors, your actions, why you're not showing up the way that you want to, and how you can become that person that you want to be. A lot of people are not living life like that. You know, in 2017 is when I started my journey, and there was nobody talking about this the way we are there now with social media. Now you see in the pandemic, that sparked a lot of people having a spiritual journey. That sparked a lot of people going inward because they had the time to. A lot of people are not privileged to really like have the time to sit. They got kids to take care of, family to take care of, two jobs to do back to back. And while that, you know, is exhausting and draining, and, you know, it feels like, you know, they don't have the time, anybody, no matter what your circumstances are and the time that you feel you don't have, you have to make the time to show up for yourself. You can't give everybody else your time. You giving that job your time is going to literally take you out. You giving a man your time constantly and not spending time alone is going to take you out. Your friends, your whoever it is, like you must find and make the time to be with you and think, what do I want? Not what I should do, what I shouldn't do, but what could I do? You know, let me see what your comments. I am preaching. I'm about to wrap this up. I needed to grab me some water. My tea is cold, you know, right? It's on us to show up daily. My environment can play such a big effect in my life and who I have in my corner. Right, Susan? So your environment plays such a, yeah, exactly. Wait, can you tell me a little bit more about what you mean by that, Susan? I'd love to know. About like your environment. I wonder if you mean like, you know, the or who you have in your corner. Like do you mean the company that we keep can play a big role in our life and the way that that looks? Let me know. But I will add to that and say like it really does. You know, that's why like for me, I believe in cutting people off. Like you will see me talk about cutting people off pretty often. Like I don't know if it's kind of like having siblings that are older than me, growing up as an older only child, although I am the third born from my mom. Um but I've been through things with friends that it's just like, this isn't serving me. Like I don't feel a need to hold on to people and friends the way that a lot of people I find do. Like they are so glued to the memories and the past and what was and what isn't anymore, and I am not. And I think that is such a strength, and like in the power of, or in the art of detachment, is being detached from outcomes, expectations, people, things, items. Because when you're detached, like you could lose anything at any moment: people, your home, the things you have, the materialistic things, whatever, your body. So Susan says it can mean like a tidy area, or even when it comes to having those around me, what are they implementing and feeding me, or are they just draining me? Yes, 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 exactly, exactly. Like, because people can really be energy vampires and suck the energy from you. And I'm also very environment sensitive too. Like, I need my space clean. Um, and I've been living alone for 5 years, and sometimes I get a little bit scared about like having a family one day, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna need a maid, y'all. Let's be real. Have me a maid. Okay, because I'm just so particular. But yes, also like, making sure that your friends are adding value. That's why like scripting is so good to do as well. And I'm gonna wrap this up in literally like 2 minutes. But that's why scripting is really good too, because you can just literally fantasize and write about your life, but actually manifest it simultaneously, like talk about your friends. What do they do for you? How do they pour into you? There's this thing, I don't know if this is there's certain cultures where a servant mindset is a beautiful way of having your close relationships, and like pouring into them and them pouring into you. And like things like I think about, like, I want to buy my girlfriends flowers, like, oh, I'm gonna see you, bring them flowers, bring a basket, you're gonna go over, pouring into their love language, and then you pouring into theirs. But yeah, this was such a good talk. What you laughing at, girl? This was such a good talk. This was really nice. I gotta go work on my digital products. Remember, if any of you guys that are watching this want to become a model and you're inspired by me, my journey, you recognize my face, maybe you don't, this is the first time you see me, let me know in the comments or send me a DM on my Instagram page. You can find direct links to my TikTok and my Instagram in the description box with my link tree, or you can go to the description box of my YouTube channel and you will see my link tree there as well. But girlies, do you have anything last that you want to say before I go? I will give you half a minute so that this can end before it's an hour long. Oh, I can't believe this is this long. This was such a long chat. That's crazy. No? Unless you're just trying to type. Let me send this before she logs off. Oh my gosh, I'm at 58 minutes. That's crazy. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving it a thumbs up because you took something away from it that you enjoyed or whatever. Thank you for spending your time with me and for taking all of this advice. Let me know in the comments what really did it for you. What was your takeaway that you liked? We talked about the affirmations, the journaling, the limiting belief practice. So let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the comment section, okay? Oh, the servant thing had me rolling because I agree with you. Yes, girl, servant mindset. I love you guys so much too. Thank you. All right, have an amazing rest of your day, or have a really great night wherever you are watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.